You are listening to Wrestling is Too Much Fun. My name is AJ, aka The Visionary.
And my name is Chidz, aka the head baddie in charge.
As usual, we're bringing you all the latest news and reviews from the world of wrestling. So let's get into the breaking news. Drew McIntyre, Scotland's very own and former WWE champion, has turned heel and joined the Judgment Day. Drew is now one of the bad guys, thank goodness. Chidz, what are you saying about this?
My thoughts on Drew being a heel are, personally, I think it was going to happen eventually. Heel Drew is the best Drew, in my opinion. Babyface Drew wasn't working. I've been telling him to stop this 1, 2, 3 before the Claymore kicks. But yeah, heel Drew is finally here, and I'm excited for it.
It's a very interesting development for his character. Drew has been portrayed for a very long time as a dominant and heroic figure in recent years, so a heel turn could provide a fresh and new sort of complexity to his character.
I think it made a whole lot of sense, like joining Judgment Day or being, in cahoots with Judgment Day, costing Jay and Cody their championship. It made a whole lot of sense, and now he has Seth to deal with, and I feel like the future is very bright for heel Drew right now.
One way I think he could definitely execute this is getting rid of that 3 count before executing his signature. It's just like little details, and just rather than doing the 3 count, he just executes his finisher and lands it straight away.
So be a good chance to see what Drew can do in War Games against Seth, Cody, with Judgment Day, all of that. War Games is literally one of my favourite pay-per-views. 2 steel cages, 10 people, it's gonna go off.
McIntyre is such a prominent figure, and this turn could fill a void leading to new and exciting matchups. Ultimately, whether or not a heel turn is successful, this will truly depend on how it's executed and how the fans respond to it. If done well, it could add depth and intrigue to his character while providing fresh storylines and matchups for fans to enjoy.
I'm hoping he takes the championship from Seth, because Seth's been gatekeeping that championship, and I can't lie, I'm not a fan of that. It'll be nice to see Drew as a champion with fans this time, because last time he was champion, it was during the pandemic era and nobody was there.
Some of the matches that I am looking forward to Drew McIntyre having as a heel, definitely Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. We need that. I'm definitely looking forward to him being in the War Games. And like I said, big baby faces are out there for him to face, such as LA Knight, even Ricochet. Even Ricochet is a shout. Yeah, just really excited. And hopefully, God willing, we'll get back the Broken Dreams. I'll dream broken dreams. That was his old entrance. It's time for the Rock and Suck Your Mum review.
So AJ, what match are we looking at this week?
This week, we're reviewing Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. in a title versus mask match for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship from Halloween Havoc 1997.
So Rey Mysterio's purple outfit in this match, man, I can't lie, I love a onesie. It's just cohesive and it looks great. And purple suits Rey.
Rey Mysterio's purple gimp suit is giving GTA 5. You know when you're playing GTA 5 and that crazy character with the gimp suit just runs up to you? That is what Rey Mysterio's outfit is giving. Nostalgic, but also, we don't kink shame here. It's touching that fan base that loves wrestling and also loves this type of the nightlife. So we don't discriminate here.
What can we say about Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio? The opening sequence is just a joy to watch. Like the fluidity, the speed, the reversals. What else can you say about these two?
It was interesting. The build-up was, I think at the time it was a bit different. I did like the historical context. It did make me learn more about luchador wrestling and some of the traditions behind it.
One of my favorite spots in the match was the springboard Rey did into a backflip DDT. Like, nobody's actually Rey's mate when it comes to high flying. Like, he is the instigator of high flying, in my personal opinion.
I did like Eddie Guerrero's ruthlessness, his violence, he really showed himself. He really showcased himself as a very cruel wrestler, and I did like that Rey Mysterio was playing this underdog character that fresh to the scene, values the traditions of luchador wrestling and masked wrestling. So yeah, I enjoyed that part.
At all points throughout the match, Eddie was one step ahead of Rey. One step with reversals, with moves, with spots. But Rey managed to slip in and sneak a win. And I love that. It was like a true underdog selling story. But these two are just generational talents. Like, they're one of a kind.
Eddie was going in with the punches, going in with the slaps, going in with the brutality. But Rey, again, showed his resilience. But this resilience also translated to him showing respect for the masked tradition. Again, I really just enjoyed the story of this match in particular. Again, especially when you learn that Eddie Guerrero was once a masked wrestler, he's not a stranger to the masked traditions. So for him, Eddie Guerrero, to be disrespecting it just added a layer and depth to this match, and it was just I enjoyed it on that part.
Eddie came different, man, and seeing this match, I personally have never watched WCW before, so watching this match for the first time was just something really new and invigorating to me personally. And it being Eddie versus Rey also meant a lot to me because they were the first people I watched in wrestling growing up. So it's kind of like a full circle come around.
Another spot that I loved was where Eddie threw Rey into the turnbuckle. The turnbuckle was very involved in this match. So Eddie throws Rey into the turnbuckle, and Rey lands upside down, and just as Eddie is about to just slide tackle Rey's head off, Rey lifts his head up and Eddie lands on where Dominic Mysterio came from, and I loved it. Again, showing quick thinking, showing quick resilience, and just it was a small comedic factor to this match, but also again the impact was very, very enjoyable to watch. The finish, so this is where now I'm giving this match really high praise in terms of how the match was executed, but the finish particularly, I actually didn't like at all. It happened too fast and too underwhelmingly. The ending being that Rey fought off a suplex attempt off the top rope and reverses a crossbody powerbomb and lands into the pin for the win. It happened so fast that I had to rewind it and ask myself again, did this match actually end like that? So I think that was one of my criticisms of this match, that I just didn't like the ending. It was too fast and it seemed a bit rushed.
25 years later, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. AJ, does this match rock or suck?
I would say that the match rocked. But it comes with a heavy disclaimer. For me, the finish was too fast. I believe that they've had better matches in the years after, but both are legends in the game, and it still rocked.
You can watch Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero from Halloween Havoc 1997 on the WWE Network.
Thank you for listening to Wrestling is Too Much Fun. Please remember, the world of wrestling is huge. So no matter what floats your boat, there's something for you. Like I always say, wrestling is too much fun to argue about. Wrestling is Too Much Fun is hosted by yours truly, Angela Johnson, aka AJ the Visionary.
And me, Chidz, aka the head baddie in charge. Follow Wrestling is Too Much Fun on social media at official WITMF.
Produced by Unedited and Breaking Atoms.